Minsu entered Sunjin's hospital room and sat beside him as he slept. She stood up briefly to adjust his pillow, and at that moment, Sunjin slowly opened his eyes. He looked at her lovingly. Minsu asked if he was okay and whether he was in any pain. Sunjin responded that he was fine, and mentioned that he had been given painkillers. Attempting to sit up, he asked about Wobin's surgery. Minsu advised him to rest and informed him that there had been no news yet, though she was confident Wobin would be okay. She took his hand and told him how proud she was of him for saving Wobin's life, a gesture she said was truly needed. Sunjin responded that it was something that had to be done. He suggested that once Wobin recovered, the four of them should go on a double vacation, himself, Minsu, Wobin, and Yuna. Minsu smiled and said it was a great idea. She asked if that meant he now approved of Yuna being with Wobin. Sunjin nodded and said that life was too short not to spend it with the people one loved. He added that if Yuna and Wobin truly loved each other, there was no reason to keep them apart. Minsu was touched by his change of heart and felt excited for the future when everything would be okay and she could finally tell him the good news about the baby. Later that day, after checking on Sunjin, his father went to a scheduled meeting with Kim's father at the golf course. Kim's father inquired about Sunjin's condition, and Sunjin's father updated him, expressing hope for the best outcome. Kim's father apologized, saying that he had been shocked by his daughter's actions and had thought she had moved on. He assured Sunjin's father that he would ensure justice was served, and that Kim would receive the punishment she deserved, regardless of her being his daughter. He called her actions evil and inexcusable. Sunjin's father told him it was not his fault, and added that, fortunately, Wobin had survived. Otherwise, the situation would have been much worse. Kim's father agreed and expressed hope that the incident wouldn't affect their business relationship. He explained that some of his business partners had already started distancing themselves, causing a ripple effect on his company's reputation and operations. He hoped Sunjin's father would not do the same. Sunjin's father, however, realized the true intention behind the meeting was not an apology, but rather a plea to save his business. He responded by saying that he was no longer the CEO of Tech Bloom and that decisions now rested with his son, Sunjin. Kim's father was visibly displeased and reminded him of the history they shared, particularly how he had once stepped in to help Tech Bloom during its financial crisis through the business marriage arrangement, even though it had not worked out. Still, Sunjin's father remained firm in his stance, reiterating that it was now Sunjin's call to make. He added that considering Kim had tried to shoot his son's wife, he doubted there would be any reconciliation between the families. Standing up, he assured Kim's father that he would try his best to influence his son, but made no promises. He excused himself, saying he had to return to the hospital to check on Sunjin, leaving Kim's father sitting alone and disappointed with how the meeting had turned out. Anger built inside him as he contemplated how Kim had damaged both his business and reputation,